All right, let's take you to KZN now, where former President Jacob Zuma has been campaigning for the ANC alongside the chairperson of the party in that province. For the latest, I'm joined by Spamandla Goke. He's my colleague down in Pinetown, that's just outside of Durban. Spamandla, good morning to you. So talk to us about this quandary that the ANC finds itself in. It has been desperate to put a distance between itself and party members who are implicated in issues of corruption. How is it that the former president is up and about campaigning for the very same party?
Absolutely, indeed. That's the question that was raised earlier on when we were in Pinetown. We have moved from Pinetown to KwaMashu C section. Behind me is a tent full of people where former President Jacob Zuma will be addressing ANC faithfuls who have gathered here inside the tent. We expect him to arrive any minute from now. Up until this afternoon, he should be here. We are told that he will be arriving at 11:30 or so. But earlier on in Pinetown, when he was campaigning with Sihle Zikalala, they visited one of the biggest taxi ranks in Pinetown. That's where he engaged with many people. Afterwards, I was able to ask Sihle Zikalala, the chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, to say, why are they using former President Jacob Zuma for campaigning, even though some quarters in the party and the alliance, including COSATU, are vehemently opposed to that idea and strategy because they are calling him a tainted man. But Zikalala said to me, he is a member of the ANC. He has got a responsibility and duty to campaign for the ANC. But right now I'm joined by the ANC spokesperson in KwaZulu-Natal, uNomagugu Simelane Zulu. First of all, let's recap and talk about this thing. It keeps on coming back now and again. People are asking, why are you using former President Jacob Zuma to campaign? Because they are saying he has dented the ANC brand.
Thank you very much for coming, and thank you for having us. Look, Comrade Jacob Zuma is a member of the African National Congress in good standing. And when we sign a declaration to form, to join the ANC, all of us as individual members, we are saying we are accepting to be members of the ANC, but we are also accepting to be volunteers of the ANC. In the process of that, we put all our skills, our knowledge, and whatever capacity that we have in the disposal of the ANC. Now, Comrade Jacob Zuma is doing exactly that. He is campaigning as a member of the ANC that resides in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and he is being used on those bases.
But some are saying he is facing some legal woes, some legal challenges. You are sending out a message that you are fighting fraud and corruption within your ranks, but he as a person who will be appearing in court by the end of this month, facing fraud and corruption charges. Surely that doesn't augur well for the ANC.
We accept that Comrade Jacob Zuma is having some court challenges currently as we speak. However, a principle that was adopted by the ANC in 2007 that said any member of the ANC is innocent until proven guilty has not been revoked anywhere else. Comrade Zuma has been given an opportunity and space to address his personal matters where he goes to court, and he does so. But when it comes to his membership of the African National Congress, it has not been suspended, and he still operates as such.
Your critics call you factional as KwaZulu-Natal ANC. They say you continue to defy the national leadership by engaging in this campaign of giving former President Jacob Zuma a platform.
Well, I don't think it's correct to call us factional, because in all the campaigns that we have been running with the national leadership, we have given space to almost all leaders. By the way, I think the province of KwaZulu-Natal is the only province that the current president of the ANC has been to come and campaign and address matters more than 9 times. He had actually been here, and he has not been coming because he wanted to come to KZN, and he's been coming because as the province we have been requesting. So we are giving all leaders of the ANC an opportunity to campaign, and it's not correct that we are factional. When it comes to the campaigning and working with Comrade Jacob Zuma, it's also a process that we engage with the national leadership, and it was accepted that as a member he could campaign.
But you seem to be doing it more often when he's about to appear in court.
No, that's not true. I mean, we have not started our campaign when his last appearance happened. His last appearance was somewhere beginning of the year, and we didn't have our campaign on the ground. We only started campaigning about a month back. It's only now that we are really using him on the campaign. In fact, today is his first time on the campaign train of the province, when we have actually only started last week to full forcefully work on the campaign.
But is that a coincidence that it's his first time he's appearing in court by the end of this month?
Well, it might be a coincidence because the fact that we are seeing him today doesn't mean you won't see him next week, because all members of the ANC are given a program where they must go and campaign. And our program as a province is a 4-day program that campaigns, and it happens every week. So you might see him next week, Monday, or the other week, even before the 30th comes.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Nomakuku Simelane Zulu. She's the spokeswoman of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal.
Well, Spamandla, before I let you go, quick one. The KZN ANC, we know that they said some months ago that they were petitioning the National Executive Committee of the party, stating that they want to use former President Jacob Zuma, but in particular, they wanted for them to have a presence whenever he appears at court. For example, he's going to appear now on the 30th. Has there been a resolution around that particular issue?
Not a formal one that we know of. Earlier on, I tried to ask Sihle Zikalala. He said they continue to engage with the NEC and the top officials of the ANC to say, as KwaZulu-Natal leadership, they would want to go to court with their members to show support to the former president. Their argument, having listened to the secretary of the province in KwaZulu-Natal, that's Ntuli Ntuli, he has argued that it creates an impression that the ANC is not in charge. It also opens up a platform and space for other elements, quote unquote, to capture that platform and use it in a bad way, because as ANC leaders, they are not allowed to address ANC members. Mostly those people who go to court to support the former president are ANC members. So the ANC leadership in KwaZulu-Natal is saying if they are not there to address those people, some people will address them in an irresponsible manner. So they want the national leadership to allow them to go there and show support, but also to address their members. But if I can give you an update, if I can call it that, we are still waiting for the Director of Public Prosecutions in KwaZulu-Natal to tell us whether former President Jacob Zuma has filed his papers, that his legal team has filed the papers for their application for a permanent stay of prosecution. The deadline is today. It's not a question of whether the former president will be filing, it's a question of when and what time, but we know that it has to be today because the deadline is today. When he appeared in court in July, his new legal team asked for a postponement, saying they need to familiarize themselves with the case. The Deputy Judge President in KwaZulu-Natal gave them 3 months to do so and said to them they must file their application because they told the court that they intend to file for this application for a permanent stay of prosecution. They decided to dump their effort to challenge the decision of the former Director of Public Prosecutions, that's Sean Abrams, to recharge former President Zuma. They said they are dumping that. They are going straight for this application. So by 5 o'clock today, we should know whether former President Jacob Zuma's legal team has filed those papers.
All right, Spamandla Koka, thank you very much for that update, particularly that last element. We saw Advocate Moiboni Noko appearing at the Union Buildings, where you will know that there are interviews currently on the go for the position of the NPA head. Remember, Sean Abrams was removed from that position as a result of the Constitutional Court judgment.